Hello, I'm back again, and this time we're looking at Dean Burgon, and we're going to link up with the article in question. And there's the article there. It's on this site here. You can get the article there and put it in the section there. So that's the article there. You can get it and be blessed by it, be encouraged by it, and yeah. So that's the article we're looking at. So Dean Burgon's on Sinaiticus and Vaticanus. Reverend Dean John William Burgon was a staunch advocate of the Textus Receptus over the critical text at the time of Westcott and Hort. He collated both Sinaiticus and the Vaticanus manuscripts personally and therefore knew his subject firsthand. In his book, the Revised Version 1881, he lists numerous examples of the textual errors found in both Vaticanus and Sinaiticus. On page 11 of his book, Burgon states singular to relate Vaticanus and Aleph have within the last 20 years established a tyrannical accidency over the imagination of the critics, which can only be fitly spoken of as a blind superstition. It matters nothing that they are discovered on careful scrutiny to differ essentially not only from 99 out of 100 of the whole body of extant MS, besides, but even for one another. In the Gospel alone, B. Vaticanus is found to omit at least 2,877 words and to add 536, to substitute 935, to transpose 2,098, to modify 1,132, in all 7,578. The corresponding figures of Aleph being 3,455 omitted and 899 added, 1,114 substituted, 2,299 transposed, 1,665 modified, in all 8,972. And be it remembered that the omissions, additions, and substitutions, and transpositions and modifications are by no means the same in both. It is in fact easy to find two consecutive verses in which these two MS differ, the one from the other, than two consecutive verses in which they entirely agree. On page 319 of his remarks in the Gospels alone, Vaticanus has 589 readings quite peculiar to itself, affecting 858 words, while Aleph has 1,460 such readings, affecting 2,640 words. In his book Revision Revised, Dean Burgon wrote over 100 years ago concerning the ages of the Codex Vatican B and Sinai Aleph. Quote, lastly, we suspect that these two manuscripts are indebted for their preservation solely to their ascertained evil character, which has occasioned that one eventually found its way 4 centuries ago to a forgotten shelf in the Vatican Library, while the other, after exercising the ingenuity of several generations of critical correctors, eventually, AD 1844, got deposited in the waste paper basket at the convent at the foot of Mount Sinai. Had B. Vaticanus and Alpha Sinaiticus been copies of average purity, they must long since have shared the inevitable fate of books which are freely used and highly prized, namely they would have fallen in decadence and disappeared from sight. In short, these two codices are all simply because first they were written on extremely expensive and durable antelope skin, and secondly they were so full of errors and alterations and deletions that they were never used by true believers and seldom even by their own custodians. Thus they had little chance of wearing away. So the inferior manuscripts, but that yet they are used today as the main basis of many modern Bibles. And so that's why we use the King James and the Textus Receptus, because it's from a better purity line. Okay, God bless you. Hope that's been a blessing to you, and take care now.